Democratic governance is one of the defining pillars of the Solidarity Co-op model, and Vallée Pres du Nord, or VBN for short, brings that to life in how decisions get made and who gets a seat at the table. Internally, the board draws representatives from all three member groups, which are employees, tourism service producers, and landowners. Nobody dominates, and every group is accountable to the others. It goes beyond internal structure. VBN's mission describes the valley as a shared space where residents, farmers, businesses, and forestry workers engage in genuine, ongoing dialogue. And that's to balance economic, social, and environmental priorities. Because VBN sits on both private and public land, that dialogue is built into the geography itself. Klein, Tremblay, and Fontaine describe this exactly. Community economic development organizations create consensus enabling actors who would not normally work together to discover common goals. That's VBN's governance in a sentence, basically. Not top down, not state driven, collaborative, community embedded, and genuine. Since 2002, every year, VBN has hired around 10 young people from the Port-Neuf region who are facing life challenges, and they brought them into what the organization calls the School of the Forest. There, they help build and maintain the Valley's trail network. What they leave with isn't just the work experience. According to VBN, participants develop patience, tolerance, discipline, teamwork, determinations, and perseverance. In other words, they're gaining both practical skills and personal growth. This connects directly to what Gerard and Langlois identify as the employability dimension of solidarity cooperatives. They argue that these organizations do more than create jobs. They help reintegrate people who have been excluded from the labor market while also building the interpersonal skills and confidence needed for the long term success, especially among individuals who may have experienced social isolations. Richard makes a similar point, arguing that community economic development must connect economic goals and social goals rather than treating them as separate issues. En Marche does exactly that. The trails get built, the valley's infrastructure improves, and at the same time, the young people doing the work gain valuable experience, confidence, and a stronger connection to the community. And that's not just a charity program operating on the side, that's the mission and the work becoming the same thing. It's a powerful example of solidarity co op principles in action. VBN didn't come from a head office, it grew directly out of the Port-Neuf community. Gerard and Langlois note that solidarity co-ops operate at the regional scale, giving them reach beyond a single town. VBN spans multiple municipalities across Port-Neuf, covering both private and public land, regional from day one. In 2002, landowners, tourism operators, recreation workers, and local institutions came together around a shared vision for the valley. That bottom-up mobilization became the co-op. This is what Klein, Tremblay, and Fontaine call territorial awareness. It kept growing, and VBN's leaders now present at conferences across Quebec and beyond. As their website says, this is a model that is spreading throughout Quebec and beyond. What started in one valley is now inspiring other communities across Quebec to do the same thing. VBN doesn't just borrow the Solidarity Co-op label, it earns it across every dimension. Its multi-stakeholder board reflects the legal framework in Quebec's Co-op Act, and its governance mirrors the consensus-based Quebec model. En Marche unites economic and social employment exactly as Richard calls for. Its regional roots and growing influence demonstrate the territorial connectedness that gives Solidarity Co-ops their real development power. VBN calls itself a tangible, living, and inspiring model of sustainable development, and that was proven in their impact. Thank you so much for listening.